Doing this butterfly braid was really fun. It's very easy, I feel, depending on which route you choose. The first one that I did, which was the green and black one, that one I did with glue, and I felt it went a whole lot faster. Um, as far as the security for later, I wasn't sure how well it would hold up, and I kind of wanted to see how it would look stitched. So this one I did stitching, and it was a little bit more, but for the most part, followed the same as I would do for gluing. So when you fold over your pieces, you basically want to make your loop for your butterfly wings and then stitch down at that place where you feel would be a big enough wing for you. At this point, you can fold over the other half and you can have both have black wings, or you could flip it the opposite way and then you could have a black side and a blue side. So from the last one that I did two greens and then I did two blacks at the bottom. So this one I'm going to do a black and a blue one. You want to make sure you get your knots pretty tight so that way the wings don't come apart. So I found holding my thumb where I actually wanted it to stay and sliding, that worked out a lot better. Now when you do your bottom parts, you don't want super big wings, where the other ones I have some that are bigger than the other, but just a little bit bigger than the other. If you did the really big ones, you're going to need a lot longer of braiding hair to make them bigger. These are actually not that big. Later you'll see on the mannequin that they're not really that big at all. So then we have the last one. So in the end, I ended up coming out with half of it blue and the other half of it black. I thought it came out pretty neat, made it different, have some fun with it. I feel like with these, you can do a whole lot with it. You can have different colors, different size wings, different antennas, which this one I'm gonna switch up a little bit. Okay, after you have your wings down, now it's time to wrap the middle. With your middle, you can have either basically your middle string pieces. You can have them the same color as far as each side on the same color, or you can switch them. This one I'm showing with the blue side to the blue side and the black side to the black side. And that's how the front looks. You can see the blue, the black, and I want to switch them so that way it just wasn't so same color on each side, basically. So now after wrapping them, when you wrap your center pieces, you want to make them a little firm so that way it keeps the wings pretty stiff and in their place. Also, I saw someone who dipped them, and personally, I like that it gives it shape with those, that you can play around with them and make them basically bend how you want them without dipping it. If you dip it, it makes them very limp, and it's really not as pliable to really play around with, where you can have more structure to your wings. Like I've seen some and they just looked really, I don't know, it was kind of like they were bent over and they wasn't really holding their shape. So with mine, I didn't dip any of mine. I just left them as regular when you braid your braid down, but I did go through, clean them up before I started doing the butterflies, so that way I didn't have to clean any stray hairs. I did run down the shaft of the braid with a flat iron, so that way it sealed in any flyaways and everything was pretty much all intact. So there we are with the butterfly, and it got its little antennas and switched up a bit. So now I got curly antennas. You can play around with them, make them pretty much whatever you want. The back end, I just threw some accessory hoops on it so that way I could attach it to my mannequin. That's with the straight antennas and the curly antennas.